Hello?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
How are you?
Doing well on yourself?
Good, good. Does this work for you? I don't know why that invite didn't come through.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I never used this thing before, but it's working.
Okay. Yeah, we use Google Hangouts and Google Meet for work all the time, so I was like, I'll just shoot her a quick invite. So,
Well, so you're starting this year. When's your start date?
March 18th, I'm going to fly out of Pittsburgh on St. Patrick's Day and then start the following day.
Are you pumped?
I'm so excited. Yeah, I'm counting the days down. First, I was counting the months. Now I'm counting days. So, pretty awesome.
I'm leaving
Are
on.
you doing the trail also?
Yeah, I'm leaving February 27th.
Awesome. So you're really counting the days.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
getting really close. Did you guys get a lot of snow in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, we got the tail end of that storm that just came through. We got maybe 5-6 inches. I know some places east of eastern Pennsylvania got feet of snow. So we were enough to cover the ground and make it look nice, but not enough to cause a huge disruption.
That's what happened where I live. I live in Annapolis, which is right below like Baltimore.
Okay, yeah.
It's enough to look nice. Nothing too impressive.
Cool.
Well, the first question I have for you is what inspired you to hike the Appalachian Trail?
Yeah, so it's something I've always thought about. I love being in nature. I love hiking. I never thought that I would get the opportunity to spend more than a week or two away from work and hiking or backpacking, and the opportunity came up, so I jumped on it. You only get to live once, and this was not something I wanted to pass up. So in July is when I really made that decision and started planning, and now we're a couple days, month and a half away. So
Yeah, that's what happened to me. Like I was getting ready to be done with college at the time in 2020, and I was like, you know what? I want to go live and experience something out of this world before I get into the real world.
right, for sure.
Have you been on the AT?
I'm sorry?
Have you been on the AT?
Just a little bit of it. We went to the Smoky Mountain National Park last year, and we did a couple small sections, just day hiking. But that's about it. I was born in Georgia, not far from the AT, but at that point didn't have any idea what the AT was or anything like that. So yeah, just very little bits of it, and excited to do the whole thing. Fingers crossed.
I remember doing like this was a completely different trail, but it was near the AT in the Great Smokies with my dad and my brother, and it was like insanely steep, and it was a hard trail, and I was like, oh my god, is the AT gonna be like this in the Smokies? That
I've
is.
been looking at some elevation profiles, and just did a training hike over this past weekend, and the nice thing about Western Pennsylvania is it's very hilly. It will be very hard to find a flat spot to hike. So we've been doing a lot of hills, a lot of ups and downs for sure.
I've seen Pittsburgh, like it's like you're down there by the river, and then like boom, there's the mountain like right there. It's very hilly.
For sure.
Yeah.
I still don't think it's going to prepare me for the elevation of the AT, but it'll help.
Yeah, I heard there's nothing that can quite prepare you for it. I read somewhere that when you do the Appalachian Trail, it's like hiking the sorry, it's my dad coming through. It's like hiking Mount Everest 17 times.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty astounding.
Even when like I did the Maryland section with my mom and my brother, they say that's the easiest part of the AT, but there was nothing easy about it. It was rocky, it was steep, it was quite torturous.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here in Pittsburgh, we have every year the Rachel Carson Trail Challenge, and it's 35.2 miles, I think. And they always do it on the Saturday closest to the summer solstice, so the longest day of the year. And the goal is to start at dawn and to finish by sunset. And they go out of their way to find the steepest hills to go up and down. You're going up and down pipelines, and it beats you up. But it's a good challenge. That's kind of our Pittsburgh up and down hiking.
Yeah, I heard that's basically how the AT is, and like sometimes hikers just go like, I'm pretty sure they put the trail here just to torture us, not that they needed to put it there. What do you hope to learn or gain from through hiking the Appalachian Trail?
I mean, something that I've always believed in, but that I could do anything. Once I set my mind to it, and I think in my career, and I played a little bit of sports in high school and college. That's been the case, but the AT is something that everybody I've told I'm doing this, they're like, "Are you serious? Like 2,100 miles?" And yeah, it's going to be a good challenge. So I want to challenge myself. I'm always looking to see how far I can push my body and my limits. And I think that this will really do that and teach me a lot about myself in the process.
Yeah, I heard from Michael Washorn, the one I interviewed yesterday, and he was saying that on the most difficult days on the AT, it's really what's going to define you as a person, your motivation, your drive, and it will spill over into real life outside of the trail.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
So he said, the best lessons you can learn is out on the trail.
Yep. And I've heard many times, you don't quit on your worst day. You always say, "Oh, I'll give it, a couple more days, a couple more weeks," and I think that's good advice. So for sure.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if you just know the story of how I got my trail name, which is Lion Farts.
Yeah.
I got it from hiking the approach trail my first day, and I was like 255 pounds. I mean, I was big, and I didn't really exercise. I was fat, put it that way. And I literally went up there, and that trail kicked my butt. I was sweating. I was praying to God to lift my feet. I almost fell over the mountain a few times. I was ready to pass out on the mud. It was brutal. I finally get to the shelter, and I just end up like puking buckets, and I had this loud fart that sounded like the freaking like lion's roar. I mean, it was awful. Like John, who was sleeping next to me, just ran. He thought it was a bear. That's how loud it was. But that is what really defined it for me when I left because of the COVID pandemic, that I realized I can do anything, and I'm ready to face problems that I've been going through internally, weight loss. I lost 50 pounds. So, I just felt like I was ready for anything. Bring it on.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
It's interesting how everybody gets their trail names. I'm looking forward to that part of it as well.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying them out and see what sticks.
Let's see. Which part of the trail are you most excited for?
You know what? I'm really excited to come through, my home state of Pennsylvania. I'm going to have a lot of, visitors coming out to see me out that way. Now I'm on the very western part of Pennsylvania. I know the trail goes through more the eastern part, but it's only a couple-hour drive, so I'm definitely excited for that, and getting to experience part of the trail with family and friends and stuff like that. So I think that's probably the part that I'm most excited about anticipating. But I mean, Katahdin, obviously, they end the finish line, and I think the beginning, Springer Mountain, and just starting out on that journey and that adventure, and knowing what to expect, but also not knowing what to expect. So I'm looking forward to it all.
That's how I am. I'm most excited for Shenandoah. I grew up there. I mean, I know everything about that park. But then part of me is excited for the Whites, because that's so out of my element. I'm excited. I'm ready to do it.
Yeah, I've only read about it. I've seen some YouTube videos and stuff like that. But I'm excited to have to take your pack off to squeeze between boulders and climb up and scramble up rocks and stuff like that. So definitely excited for that. I think I'm going to be very impressed when I get there for sure.
Are you excited for that 1 mile of just boulders in Maine?
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've seen that and heard that is everybody's favorite mile of the whole AT.
Really?
So,
I heard the opposite.
I heard it's the toughest, but it's also people's favorite. So we'll see. I guess we'll find out later on this summer.
Yeah. We'll stay tuned.
Yeah, absolutely.
And which part are you least excited for?
You know what? I don't know that I'm least excited for any of it. I don't know. I think that would be a good follow-up question. What was my least favorite part after doing it? But no, I haven't seen many people or heard many people talking about their least favorite part. I'm going to be out there in nature and away from the 9-to-5 corporate world. So I'm going to just enjoy the whole thing. I'm not looking forward to any part of it.
I think my least favorite, honestly, is sleeping on the cold. That's like, you got 9 hours or whatever just shivering, like, not my thing. Which is ironic because I'm leaving early, but
Yeah,
yeah.
you are starting early. You're going to be experiencing some cold. I keep getting alerts on my phone for the weather alerts down there in Georgia with the storms coming through and the snow. So yeah, I'm glad I'm not starting or already on the trail now. That's for sure. But I'm sure we'll experience our share of inclement weather and some coldness as well.
Well, I gotta warn you, like in the spring in Georgia, it rains a lot. Like when I was down there, I checked the weather system because I had like a little weather radio phone thing, and it told me it was like rain, rain, and then 2 weeks later, rain, rain, and I'm like, oh my God, am I ever gonna have a break?
Yeah, that's what I've heard too. It's not a matter of if you're going to get wet; it's going to be when and how long you're wet. So.
And that's what my friend Matt Shriver told me. He said like it's guaranteed that everything is gonna get wet, your bag and everything. Like you just gotta prepare for it.
That's when you got to endure.
Yeah.
There's going to be a sunny day coming soon.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. What will you find most challenging on the trail?
I think just because I've never done it, I think it's going to be a challenge the first couple weeks, first month or so, just getting my routine down. What that looks like from a morning routine. Setting up camp. Also, resupplying in towns. Because I've never done that before. I mentioned I spent a lot of time in the outdoors, but never carrying everything that I need on my back and then building that routine. So I'm sure that that's something that will come with time. But I think that would be a challenge in the beginning, for sure.
I think so. Like I can agree with that. I feel like eventually I'm gonna miss my bed. I heard that you miss your toilet actually when you're out there. So yeah, it's like just the little things that you're gonna miss about home, and you put a brave face and continue on.
Yeah, that's right. And of course, missing family and friends and everything like that. So, but have a good support group behind me. So not that I'm not going to be not in touch with them. It's just not going to be as frequent as normal. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to getting them out there to see it and live it with me for a couple days at a time too.
I mean, I went like last year with my mom, and I still cried about home. I was so homesick. Like the first day I cried. That's how bad it was. Like people in the shelter were like helping me out, and I'm just like, stop. I really miss home.
But I imagine you get used to it.
Yeah, that's what I heard. So I'm sticking with that.
It makes it even better when you come home.
Yeah, yeah, you're more appreciative and stuff,
Yeah.
And what is going to keep you motivated?
The finish line one. I've always been a big believer in if you start something to finish it. Barring any sort of like injury or something like that. But I think the finish line for sure. But I took a big leap to make this happen. In my career, I was right in the middle of my career, and I kind of put that on hold. I don't necessarily have a job to come back to. So this is my one and only shot to make this happen. And I'm going to give it everything that I can because I may not get another opportunity like this.
Exactly. I mean, yeah. I heard people like they move out of their houses. They put their stuff in like storage and stuff. And some people like really do put it on the line. I'm impressed with those people.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I started this plan back in July, and once I decided yes, it was a go. It was a 100% full steam ahead go. We actually sold the house, like you mentioned, and yeah, it's full commitment. So there's no backing out.
Yeah. Let's see. How will you feel when you reach Katahdin? I mean, I know you don't know, but what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I've had some pretty good milestones that I've been very proud of in my career and playing sports. I think it's going to be close to that, winning a championship, something like that. But it's very individual also. When you get to the top, you did it on your own. Yes, you'll have your support team and stuff like that, but you're the one who walked the 2,193 miles, whatever it is this year. So I think it's going to be elation. It's going to be a sense of accomplishment. But I also think it's going to be kind of not sad, but that feeling that it's over. What's the next big adventure? So I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to feel, but I have a feeling it's going to be something along those lines.
I could see that, yeah. I know I feel like I would cry, but I think I'd be pretty sad knowing it's over,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tired. I think I'm going to be tired.
That too. I'm going to want like a margarita, ice cream pizza. Like, I'll be stoked for that part.
Yep. A nice cold Summit beer.
Yes. Actually, I'll ask this because my friend Russell's been asking a bunch of like new hikers for next year. What kind of like trail magic would you like to receive?
I'm a big beer guy. I love beer. Cold, warm, doesn't matter. So that is always great. But I think as we're out there, we're going to be craving those calories and any sort of food that you can't pack in your food bag. That warm meal, something like that. Popsicles are always great too. Especially when we get into July and August. If somebody has a cooler of popsicles, I'm going to hang out and make them my friend for the next couple hours. So, yeah, cold beer and popsicles I think would be an awesome cooler full of trail magic.
So I'm guessing you're going to do the half-gallon challenge.
I love ice cream. I'm gonna do it for sure. And if I gotta maybe wait a couple hours, maybe a day before I get back on the trail, so be it. I'm gonna give it a shot.
I heard though, don't get the strawberry cheesecake ice cream with the strawberry chunks.
No?
Yeah, I heard that's a bad one to eat.
Thanks for the warning.
Yeah, saw that in the documentary, and I'm like, that's disgusting. Let's see. Are you gonna thru hike again after the AT?
Yeah, I think I will. I mean, obviously it depends on how this one goes, but I would like to do it again. My dad is getting close to retirement. He keeps trying to say, wait a couple more years, we'll do it together. So I'm telling him, well, I'll do it this time, and then I'll be your guide the next time we do it. So yeah, I think thru hiking is definitely in my future, whether that's the AT again or one of the other two big ones. I know they're making a couple of new ones as well. So yeah, I definitely think so.
My friend Rue is creating one that is going to be the whole perimeter around the USA.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, it's a beast one though. It's not. I'm not gonna lie, but it looks pretty. The AT's included in that.
Yeah, I have the North Country trails almost right in my backyard. So we've been doing a lot of sections of that as well. But I'd like to be able to do a long section hike of that. That's going to be part of what I've been training on and doing some shakedown hikes on the North Country Trail. But I'd like to do a couple weeks at a time out there. Yeah,
well, I would say you should definitely contact him. I'll tell you his name, but he's from the same area that you live at. Actually, he lives in Oregon now, but he grew up around the Pittsburgh area. Yeah,
awesome.
But he knows everything you need to know about backpacking.
Cool. Yeah.
Definitely. Well, do you mind if I keep in touch with you throughout the trail and maybe do some more interviews, just kind of track what you're doing?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially never having really done the thru hike before. Catch up with me a couple weeks in and see if I'm ready to pull my hair out or if I'm trudging along for sure. Absolutely.
Definitely. Yeah.
Out there.
Yeah. I mean, I was interviewing a bunch of these other hikers, the thru hikers already, and I thought to myself, I'm like, the rookies should have interviews too. Like, they should be able to see themselves from the beginning to after Katahdin. I think it'd be really cool, personally.
Sure.
Yeah. So.
Now, what made you decide to do this?
Well, I'm creating my own Appalachian Trail documentary, and knock on wood that I'm going to be able to do a yo-yo, which is going all the way to Katahdin and then back. And yeah, so I thought to myself, well, let me interview all these other thru hikers that are also my friends. And it kind of just ended up spilling over to other stories I'd never heard before. And then, like I said, I thought, you know, the rookies would be cool to have it too, and then I could put them in the documentary at the same time as I'm doing my trek. You can see all of the other rookies doing their own trek too.
Well, us rookies appreciate it.
Cool.
Thanks for including us.
And also, can I have a photograph that you're willing to put as a thumbnail for YouTube?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I can send that over to you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
And we'll stay in touch.
All right, thank you, and good luck out there.
Thank you. You too.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.